Hey guys, so welcome back. I'm here with my friend Emma, and Yuri is behind the camera. She is going to film what goes on here. What's going to happen? We are going to make some tteokbokki, but not any type of tteokbokki. It is going to be a tteokbokki that you can make in the United States with a special pizzazz, because it is going to be Coca-Cola tteokbokki. The magic ingredient is Coca-Cola. So you're supposed to put about like 500 milliliters, like basically like a can of Coke and then some, but we're just gonna add a bunch. Ooh, I don't know. I'm using this little like portable stove. Now the original recipe was for McCol, which is made out of barley. It's kind of like Korea's 1980s fake soda, like when we didn't get the recipe here, so they had to make it out of barley. But you probably can't get it there, so to cut down on the sugar, you're gonna have to add a little bit of water. Each one of these is half a cup. So in Korea, we just like to use our eyes and hands to measure, but if you want to follow along, you can count how many times I'm doing this. All right, so the basic thing is to get your stock going. And then you want to have some red pepper paste. Now you can get the kits, right, with the tteokbokki, and it'll already have some sweetener in it. But we don't want to do that. We want to kind of go original. So this is about a big old tablespoon. And I always say, like, you know, like when Korean people, they say like, oh, give 1 spoonful.
No, it's more than a spoon.
It's usually about 1.5 tablespoons, I think. So that's what I think I put in. But I think it could use a little bit more. A little bit more kick.
Do it.
Okay, especially since it gets caught on there. I don't know how accurate those cooking shows are when stuff gets caught on there, you know? Alright, so then give it a good little stir to get it all going. So that basically forms the base of the broth, you call it, right? Now usually it's just water and maybe more of a saltier broth, but a secret tteokbokki is always kind of sweet. So much diabetes. All right, so then now there is a debate. Do you put in your big old scallions first or last? In Korea, it's called tteokbokki, so it's really thick. So we're gonna put it in first because it needs to cook a little bit longer. If you're in the United States and you only have green onions, it's a lot thinner, so I would put it later on in the process. So we're putting in about like this bowl full. We're making it for about 3 people. Yeah, okay. Then I put 6 cloves of garlic. Dump that in there. And then...
Bam! You remember emerald?
Bam!
What's it?
Yeah, emerald lagasse.
Yeah, lagasse.
Now this was half an onion, but this is half a big onion. So I'll put that in there too. So you see, you're gonna find that this is gonna be like that kind of typical flavor profile of yummy Korean food. Is very like garlic, green onion, sweet, and red pepper base.
Everything that smells good.
Now, so we're gonna let that cook for a bit. Now, what we're gonna do is basically tteokbokki is like tteok, which is rice cake. There are 2 kinds. One that is like cylindrical and one that's like this flat cone shape or coin shape. I kind of like this because it gets more sauce on it, but then this one kind of is more traditional and it's more fun to eat.
Yeah.
So we're gonna put both.
There's always like the rice one and the Bitclout one, the flour.
Exactly. So they said you can just get whatever you want.
I think this is the rice.
I hope so, but the rice one is better.
It's a little bit more chewy. This one.
So, it's cooking. So then really traditionally you put in this fish cake.
They call it fish cake, right?
But why would you call it?
Just call it by its original name, odeng.
Odeng or omuk. Omuk is the actual things like, it's basically like fish. And mook, I think, basically means sort of like a gelatinous or kind of like,
exactly,
but it's essentially fish bologna.
Yeah. Fish bologna.
So, you know, like if you don't have it, that's why I prepared these hot dogs, because if you can't get your hands on this, it's essentially, what do you make fake meat out of? Fish or pork and beef products from the farm? Well, we're gonna try to do both because we're just gonna make it all good. So this gives it that savory taste. So this is not traditional, but this is gonna make it your American style. Plus, I think it will cut down on the sweetness of the cola, this sharp saltiness. Now, if you want to go one step extra and go be all super extra, I also prepared some Spam. Now, we had a little debate before because once we get into Spam territory, this is almost turning into like budae. And Yuri is a little bit skeptical on this, so I think maybe we should just put in a couple.
Yeah, do it. I mean, I'll do it.
Because the Spam has a very strong flavor, and I think I think she's worried that it's gonna ruin the tteokbokki taste, which actually, when you think about it, it is the fish flavor.
It's true, because usually tteokbokki you don't put pork or meat in it.
So really, it's the fish cakes that bring the essence of the tteokbokki, along with the spicy red pepper paste. Everyone thinks it's a spicy red pepper paste.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
now you see, this is very watery. Now, I've seen a lot of moms give their kids watery tteokbokki. I think that's nasty. I like it really thick, but that's like the street food style.
How do you make it thick? Like, if you would make it thick?
I don't know, but I know how the street food people make it thick.
Do they put
It's basically
starch?
car exhaust.
Oh.
You gotta be, if it's street food, you gotta taste the street.
Oh my
So that is why I think it tastes good. And they're out there all day just doing this, and then all the car exhaust and all the dust is getting in there, and it makes it taste real good. And the water that they use is basically, remember that I had that video on the tap water in Seoul, because there's all sorts of weird stuff in there that just adds more flavor. So now you're gonna see like these grow bigger because they're also sort of made with like wheat fillers and it's not flour and stuff. All right, so now I think we can put this in, and I kind of brought an extra amount of stock, but I don't know. So I kind of washed this. I kind of put it in water. There's a debate on that. Like, do you have to soak it? Yeah. I soaked it. Some people soak it. Some people don't soak it. What's the difference?
I think you have to soak it so it's softened.
Exactly.
So when you eat it, it's not all stuck together.
But some people don't like it too soft.
That's true.
Okay, so do you think this is enough?
Oh, I think it's more than enough because this is gonna expand a little bit.
That's true. On the other hand, Emma is a very like skinny type of like imat, or like kind of like, and other people, they like to put more stuff in. So it depends on like how you view food. I would put more in, but of course I think you're right. You don't want it overflowing because
we're gonna put some ramen.
Now this is also optional, but these days people like it. This is ramen, but it's only the ramen noodles. If you can get it without the sauce pack, because we're not going to use the sauce pack, because that would just be disgusting. So just do it without the exactly. So just get one if you can without the sauce packet. If you
or just use the noodle,
just use it without it.
Sauce pack for some other occasions. Yeah.
Which for budae. Oh, so you add that for flavor. So it's not wasted. So as you can see, the liquid is disappearing. It's going into the air and also into the rice cakes. Now the rice cakes are getting a lot more soft and flexible. It's actually looking pretty good.
Yeah, I know. It smells really good. Should I open that?
Oh yeah. And then also people like putting eggs in there as well. Hard-boiled eggs, pre-boiled eggs. Now, why am I holding on to this? Because you have to wait a bit on the ramyeon, because if you add it too early, it's going to get too soggy. And you know how like some people like al dente pasta? Well, Yeah,
Ramen is kind of sensitive.
same thing, but a little bit even more sensitive. If it goes over like 3 minutes boiling, then some people won't even eat it. That's how sensitive they are. Actually, I don't really care, but some people,
꼬들꼬들면 they say.
꼬들꼬들. Now, I don't know how to really control the heat on this because I just said auto, so it is just boiling. So it's on sort of like medium high. I would try to put it lower, but I don't know how. So y'all just at home, just adjust as well as you can. But I think it's cooking faster this way. Now put the noodles in, okay? Because I think Yuri is one of the experts on tteokbokki and also ramyeon timing, right? When you were little?
When I was in New York.
In New York? Oh, you mean you made it yourself at home?
Do we not need any salt?
No.
Yeah.
Why would you need salt? There's so much salt in the
Gochujang?
in the spam and the sausages and the fish cake, I think.
Usually I think you need to kind of put a little bit of salt.
Really?
For me, I taste it and then I can put with a salt or like soy sauce, but just a little bit.
Interesting. Okay, so
And I like spicy, so I like
soy sauce or salt? Which one is more authentic?
Taste it, and if it feels light, then put soy sauce.
Mm-hmm.
If it feels thick but not salty, then put salt.
Okay.
What about that? Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
So now I'm just gonna wait for the ramen to be done because I think everything else looks done, right, Yuri?
Yeah.
Because you are the expert.
I am.
So then actually I'm going to film you eating it first.
Oh
Yes.
No? 아이고. 아이고 우리 유리야.
Oh my god.
here that you find the camera.
Ah, okay. Well, if you change your mind, let us know.
Okay.
But, oh, that means we're gonna have to prepare. Mm-hmm.
Looks good.
We can kind of taste it with. Oh, so you know what? I think I could take it off the heat and it'll keep cooking, and the noodles will keep cooking, but not as fast.
Yeah, that's like super high heat.
And then we'll be ready. Ooh, this came out good. The reason why I think it does make sense to use the Coca-Cola is that the syrupiness will thicken it and give it that glossy look, and the flavor will just be in there. Okay, let's throw in the eggs. People love the egg. Okay, wow, this is looking actually quite fancy.
Good. It's really thick.
Mm-hmm. I was worried that it'd be too watery.
I know.
And we didn't even have the street to help us. All right. Okay, so then let's see. Let's try to get every single one component. A fish cake, a spam, a circle, rice cake, a coin rice cake, a sausage. Well, we barely picked them. Okay, there.
Instant ramen?
Oh, right. I always forget about that part. Oh, so then you're gonna try it.
Ramen first.
Oh, right. So what's the order? Eat the ramen first because it's gonna get too soggy and you can't get that al dente flavor. Okay, so you're gonna try it first, Emma.
Oh.
It's too hot, right? And we have to wait for it to cool down a little bit. Oh no, it probably tastes gross.
No. It's not sweeter.
So you should dilute the cola. And then?
And I think it needs a little
Bit
bit
of
of soy sauce.
soy sauce.
I'm sorry, I put it off.
It's okay, I'll figure it out. Then this is a ramen.
Uh-oh.
This is a ramen ad, not
You might
tteokbokki.
have to add a little bit of water.
Maybe.
Wow.
All right, so we wanted it really thick, but there
It's too thick.
it's too thick because okay, so I'm gonna try to figure out how to redo this. All right, so I think now we can try it.
Time pass.
Okay, try the new version. I'm just gonna try this one. I think we got a winner here. Oh,
Smells good.
it's very interesting.
With a little bit of soy sauce, the smell changes.
Cool. So try this at home. It'll be so much different than your regular tteokbokki. It is gonna be the hit of any party. And if you want to throw some mozzarella cheese on it, that's even better too.
Oh yeah.
We don't have any cheese. Girl, everybody wants some cheese. Okay, we'll get some cheese too. Okay, bye-bye guys.